Let's move to news closer to home now. The Gauteng Transport MEC isn't budging on the closure of 6 major taxi routes here in Soweto. This despite a late-night agreement between the rival taxi associations. MEC Vadi has noted the signed agreement, but says the routes will remain closed until further notice. He says if a person is convicted of contravening the regulations, they could be imprisoned or pay a fine of up to 25,000 rand. Our reporter Malungelo Boy is in Soweto and joins us now live. Now, Malu, you're in Pafeni. You've spent quite a bit of time there this morning. What can you tell us about the reaction and indeed the impact of these taxi route shutdowns in that area specifically?
In fact, Marcel, when we arrived here in Soweto at around 4:30 this morning. We drove around all the 6 affected taxi routes and ranks. At first, Marcel, we thought it appeared as if it was business as usual, because at 4:30 we saw a lot of taxis that were picking up people on those ranks and routes. But things started to change at around 5:30 when we saw police officers starting to stop these taxis from operating in these routes that have been shut down by the MEC. In fact, taxis were being pulled off the road and people being told to find other ways of getting to work. In fact, people where I am in Pafeni had to literally rush to a train station that is further down from where I am, because they were saying that they have no other means of getting to work, and people actually were quite upset. Let's take a listen at some of the people that I spoke to in the morning.
Andazi ke beningazi nokuthi avaliwe. Hayi. Yo. Awekho nokuya le.
Awukwazi bavaliwe.
Yonke indawo?
Apha kwelicala.
God.
There's no transport now. You're supposed to catch a train back.
Okay. So how are you getting to work now?
If there's no taxi here, so you're supposed to catch the train here. The train is full then. So we are going to arrive late at work. You said that's the problem.
Are you angry now?
Yeah, and if they close this taxi, they'll destroy some business here. Yeah, there's no. You see. Okay.
Now, Malu, these shutdowns, as we hear there, having a major impact on people's day-to-day lives in that area. But the MEC keeping a hard line on his decision.
That's right. In fact, Marcel, I mean, the MEC made this announcement earlier this week that he will be shutting down these routes because of the violence that we have seen in this area that has left at least 3 people dead and about 6 others injured. MEC Vadi saying that he wants to get a commitment from both Nendue and also Wata that there won't be violence and that the lives of ordinary people who use these taxis won't be affected by the violence. And of course, taxi operators, or these 2 unions reaching an agreement last night. The MEC saying that he takes note of that agreement and he's prepared to get more representations from those 2 organizations. In fact, I was talking with these 2 organizations earlier this morning, Marcel. They were pleading with the MEC, saying that they're pleading with him to consider the agreement that they've signed, that agreement, these 2 associations, committing in ensuring that no taxi operator will carry a firearm, Marcel, and that they'll ensure that peace prevails in this community. We'll have to wait and see, really, from the MEC what he does next, whether he will sit on the table again with these 2 rival taxi groups. As things stand, Marcel, any operator that has been found to be against or to be in violation of the closure of these routes, as you rightfully said, faces a possibility of 6 months in jail or being fined 25,000 rand.
We're going to leave it there for now. Our Malungelo Boy reporting to us live there from Soweto, where there's been a